What's up, YouTube? This is Shane Got You 11, and I'm bringing you another Madden 21 video. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button so you're notified for future weekly tips during the Madden 21 season. Plus, every patch note will be put up on this channel. I was the original man that was putting up the patch notes on my YouTube channel before anyone else. But let's get into this video. This is the biggest patch of the year by far. Most of you can tell once you got, the download button going on your Madden patch 1.15, Madden 21. I'm going to break it down for you guys. I'm going to be really quick. I'm going to be really sweet like honey glazed donuts. But I'm going to give you guys the key highlights. If you guys want to continue listening afterwards, after the key highlights, you guys greatly can. It'd help me out. But if not, I understand, because this is one of the biggest patches I have dealt with in the last couple years. Here are the key highlights. There is a new gameplay mode for Superstar KO. It's Endless Run. They also did fixes and tuning. They updated the QB slide and QB dive mechanic. They updated MUT. They also did franchise and yard stability improvements, and they did franchise draft crashes have been fixed, and they also did uniform and gear updates. Now, that was the key updates. If you want to stick around for the long patch notes, I hope you guys do. Let's get into the gameplay updates. They did fix the dropped interception bug. People will be able to intercept the ball a lot more. And one of the things that was great that they're doing is if you have a low user rating, like if you're using a defender that doesn't have a good catch rating, doesn't have a good change of direction, he will drop the ball more. But they did fix it where if you're using a guy with good catch rate, good change of direction, you will pick off the ball way more. They also tuned to decrease catching penalties for defenders catching in traffic. The two changes will reduce the number of dropped interceptions for the defense, but they will not eliminate them completely. Like I said, it's all going to be about ratings and interactions. They also fixed an issue preventing fumbles when not fatigued on QB draw plays, so quarterbacks will now fumble much more as a result of hits, regardless of fatigue level. They're definitely trying to fix the QB draw, how it was a little bit OP. They added logic to slow down the QB's acceleration at the end of the drop back on QB draw plays, as well as restricting the direction the QB can move immediately after catching the snap. So that's really good, you guys. So the QB draw is going to be a little downplayed, a little bit patched. It won't be OP. They fixed an issue causing rat catches to be dropped a little too much. They also tuned to reduce the distance for additional defenders to cause catch knockouts. They fixed an issue allowing pass rushers to disengage for quick pressure after a defensive line crash adjustment in formations like 3-4 bear and 3-4 cub. If you guys know what they're talking about, the 3-4 bear was super popular in Madden 20, and they did a quick setup and the offensive line dumbed out. And after all the patches started this year in Madden 21, the 3-4 bear and 3-4 cub was starting to be glitchy like Madden 20 again, so they patched it, they fixed it up. They updated the QB slide and QB dive. Tap X or square to slide, hold X or square to dive. This is the second time they fixed it, but people were upset because they're screwing up the QB slide and getting fumbles and all that stuff. They tuned to reduce inaccurate passes caused by the pressure. They tuned to decrease average yards per carry on outside zone and stretch runs on competitive All-Pro and All-Madden because they had a stat tracking data or data, however you want to say it, data, where they noticed that people are getting too many yards with stretch and outside runs, a little bit too much. So that's a good thing. They fixed an issue preventing AI edge rush animations from triggering. They fixed an issue causing roughing the kicker penalties on the field goal safe. They fixed an issue causing the ball to sometimes launch across the field after a hit stick. They tuned the steering on the truck move for bruiser ball. They fixed an issue causing fullbacks and tight ends to inappropriately swap positions in audibles. And they fixed an issue allowing wide receivers to be subbed into the halfback position by audibling. Like, they should have really fixed this last year when people were, using Dante Hall, the fast wide receiver for the Chiefs, or he used to be Casey Cheese. He's retired now, but they'd put him up at halfback and watch that go on. They also need to fix, tied or halfbacks being at tight end Barry Sanders. Madden Ultimate Team updates. They condensed training point reward screens to one reward screen. They fixed where you can't pick the same fantasy packs twice, and they updated the art. In franchise updates, they did stability improvements. They also did an issue causing users to crash when making their selection during the draft in multi-user leagues. In the yard updates, they did stability improvements. Superstar KO updates. The new mode is Endless Run. Compete to set the highest win streak in Superstar KO history. Play until you lose and see how you match up against the greatest KO players in our global leaderboards for Endless Run. Let me re-say that because I a little bit bumbled, but the new mode is Endless Run. It's compete to set the highest win streak in Superstar KO history. You play until you lose and then you see how you match up against the greatest KO players in the global leaderboards. They did presentation updates. Cowboy home pants now less green to match the changes they made on the field this year, and mouthpieces are now enabled throughout the game. They wanted to make sure everybody liked it. You remember, I was getting hit up like, yo, I want mouthpieces to be in. I love that they did that, you guys. This is one of the biggest updates I've done in the last couple of years. Drop a comment, man. Drop a comment. Let me know. I'm a little bit out of breath. I was flying back from my brother's house to hit this patch up for you guys. This is Shane Got You 11. I greatly appreciate you guys tuning in like always.